So, guys, we went to go see Nope, written, directed, produced by Jordan Peele, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, and Steven Yeun. And so, guys, this is going to be filled with some spoilers. So, if you have not seen Nope, but we won't say what the ending is, but if you have not seen Nope, come back and listen to this episode. Okay, Ma. So this was definitely an experience. There was a lot of symbolism in this film, and I think it's something that is worth watching a second time to kind of take everything all in. The plot is simple, but it's disguised by the horror, the thriller genre, and all of the symbolism. So this is pretty much a story about a monster in the sky that wants to eat people and they need to destroy it, but it's much more to it than that. I don't know if you want to start. We know it's supposed to be a UFO. And to me, the UFO symbolized so much. It could symbolize,
What do you mean, Mom? You want to start? Haven't you already started?
Well, yeah, I'm saying, you can go ahead. And I was just saying that the UFO to me symbolized a lot, like surveillance, over people, cameras in general, because you see, at the ending, like the UFO turned into like a camera. It's not lost on me that the majority of the people that this UFO were following was all people of color. Obviously, the main characters are Black. Then we have, Steven Yeun is Asian, and then the guy that played Angel is, Hispanic. So it was just a lot, man. What you want to? Anything you want to add to that?
I thought it was an interesting journey, a journey that took you through this whole thing of alien life forms and an alien invasion, a mean alien invasion, not friendly, but mean and destructive, and life-altering alien invasion. I thought it was a different spin, a very different spin than others of this genre, in that a lot of the activity and the very suspenseful and frightening activity took place during the daylight. That was something that I thought was very different, because most often everything is at night in these types of movies. And it was just sort of regular people engaged in their daily lives. There didn't seem to be anyone who was extremely mean, or there was any kind of personal grudges going on, and all this sort of thing that you didn't have all these different subplots going on. It was sort of just a bunch of really sort of innocent people who were just living their lives and following their career paths, and they were just imposed upon, by this the alien life form. And so I thought that was a very interesting aspect.
Yeah, I thought
there was no clear villain other than the alien life form.
Well, then the quote unquote UFO. Absolutely. Well, I thought it was, in the beginning they mentioned about the historical aspect of the family of OJ and Emerald, who are Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer, brother and sister, and they come from generations of the horse trainers right. on Hollywood film sets, and that was pretty cool. And they talked about like how the first person on TV was or in the movies was actually a Black man, and no, we have to keep telling people this because people just don't know, and they haven't gotten credit for that. And I thought that those little things were really interesting. I thought it was interesting that Daniel Kaluuya's name was OJ. I thought that was definitely an interesting choice. Not really sure why they went with that, but
I'm not sure that's the choice I would have made for a person who actually was very heroic, right, and really was doing things that were life saving,
right.
As opposed to things that were dangerous and harmful to others. So I'm not really sure why he thought that was a good idea, but maybe just once again to throw us off, to have us thinking, one thing when in reality it was something very different.
Yeah, and there also a big theme was the way that we treat animals and how we use them for profit and are inhumane. And specifically with Gordy, is it Gordy or Gordy? The what is it, like the chimpanzee?
Yeah, something in
And
that family.
yeah, and how we know that Gordy just went literally ape
Berserk.
shit. Yes,
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
the cast of the film, that Stephen Yin's character was, I think his name is like Jupe in it. I think that's his name in the film. When he was a little boy, he just destroyed the entire cast except for Stephen Yin's character, who seemed to have a rapport with him and treat him humanely. And there was,
well, we don't know what he was going to do with Stephen Yin's character because they shot him.
Well, but he was giving him a dab.
Pump. Yeah, he did the fist pump, but we don't know that.
Well, that's not what I got from it. I got from that he was sparing him.
I got from it he did the fist pump, but I also got from it he had been doing the fist pump with those other people too before.
No, I think that he just approached him in a more friendly way.
He seemed very calm at that juncture, but
and then to me, Stephen Yin forgot that as a grown man, as an adult, he forgot about how to treat animals, humanely, because you see what he was trying to do to the horse. You saw that he was using a horse, Lucky, as a spectacle, and to show him pony, right? And also using the UFO for profit. Remember that?
Yeah,
and that
except that he found out he couldn't control the UFO.
Well, we see what happened with that. And then here's something here, and this is a little, I don't know how you feel about this, because this was something that was said to me when I was, much younger. The whole thing about not looking people eye to eye, in particular, slaves not looking slave owners eye to eye, because slave owners thought it was a threat to them if a slave looked them eye to eye. And that was a big theme throughout this movie. And I thought that was really interesting where they went with that. I don't know, what did you think? Because I didn't think they were going to actually go there with that.
I didn't think anything of it except that it was going to end up in your self-destruction. But I thought the whole thing was about oppression. And, and I thought it was, like you said, I thought it just had to do with people, ordinary people going about their lives being sort of attacked and treated oppressively and even terminated, So that's what I thought about the whole thing.
And the UFO was white, if you notice that, like in the beginning.
And the eye to to me was all part of the oppression, was all part of the, oppressive treatment from the I like to call it an alien life form / UFO, because it was both, because it was something in there that was living and it was the flying saucer type thing, And so I thought it was just very interesting, very different, lots of twists and turns, lots of unexpected things went on. Even the setting of it, even the way OJ, Daniel Kaluuya's character, OJ, was played in the beginning. He seemed to be just sort of a little bit downtrodden. He walked in a slumped manner and so forth. But then when his father was in trouble and needed him, all of a sudden he was faster than lightning. He got this kind of energy. When people needed him, he was sort of like a metamorphosis, because normally he was very easygoing, slow moving, slow and steady, just sort of, a person who just really didn't have a whole lot of energy. But when called upon, when required to be heroic, He was.
He was. And then Daniel Kaluuya's character and Keke Palmer, who, like I said, are playing siblings, they're so different. They're complete opposites. Keke Palmer is very outgoing, all about self-promotion, and Daniel Kaluuya's character is very humble. He's more introverted, and I just thought it was interesting. I thought it was really well done. If you are afraid to watch this because you're scared or squeamish, there's only a couple of scenes that are, pretty graphic, or make you, or give you that illusion at least. Yes. So I don't have that fear. I will say this is something that I would like to see twice so that I can just take it in again and really fully evaluate it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It wasn't what I was expecting when I went in. I'm glad that they kind of kept it under wraps. Ma, what are your thoughts? What are you giving?
Well, I've kind of said most of what I think about it.
Well, what are you giving it in review?
What I would give it, I would give it an 8.5. I would give it a low top shelf. Am I coming in around there?
Yeah, you're coming in around there.
Yeah. I would give it an 8.5. Come vacillating between an 8.5 and a 9. Also, it was very thought provoking, and that's one thing you want from a film. You want the film to make you think.
I'm with you. You kind of stole my number. I was right in there at a top shelf at an 8.5, and I'm going to go there. My only criticism is that there were areas where it lagged, and I'm thinking, and maybe this is just me,
in certain spots,
maybe it could have used a child in it. Maybe if it Daniel Kaluuya had a son or daughter, or if Keke's character had a child, just to kind of see everything from the perspective of the kid, I think would have made it like a 10. And there was so that because it lagged, children always kind of speed things up a little bit. And that's just kind of just me thinking, and maybe I'm going too far with it, but I definitely highly recommend it. Top shelf for me, and I'm going with an 8.5.
Okay.
Good.
So we recommend it, guys. We recommend go see it.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out full episodes of the Bambushi Happy Hour podcast, streaming on most platforms.